before I went for the audition, I just had this idea that they would only pick people they know or people they wanted to pick, because all auditions that I know, that's what I usually hear. So I just assume that that's what happens generally. But at the same time, I was like, let me try my luck. What if that's not what usually happens? And I was like, okay, I'm going to go on the first day. And I woke up early. It took time for me to get there. Man, the morning did not even go well already. I was looking, oh my goodness. My hair wasn't made. I was looking very basic. I just wore a top and a jeans and sneakers, and I was looking that basic. And I got there like 5:36, and the crowd I met there, and then I started hearing stuff like people had been here since 12, 1, and I'm like, God, am I even going to enter this place? Because I was outside the gate. A couple of hours later, they began to let people in, and it felt like thousands of people had gone in and I was still outside. I don't know how I found my way into the mix of the crowd. There was one guy that had fainted on a car somewhere that was almost naked. I think he just had his briefs on. And then there were some people trying to climb through the gate. I did not understand. It was crazy. They brought out the crazy in some people. And in between all this, I was close to the gate, but I was sandwiched and I couldn't even breathe well. And I'm short. I had to do like to take in fresh air. And then people were pushing from the back. You hit the gate though. Like it was. How I got in, I don't know. And then I got in. That was another thing entirely too. When I entered the main building, the crowd I saw was like, God. And then I sat at the back. I started from the back. We kept on moving to the front till we eventually went in for like as a bunch. We went in for the auditions, and then and then I found myself on the stage. Even at that moment, I was like, anything can still happen, like it's not certain that Biggie can just say, you know what, Esther, we don't want you anymore. Like they don't owe me anything now. It wasn't until I actually stepped into the house that I believed that okay, I'm here finally. I went in with a competitive mindset. The plan was to be myself. Because I had a conversation with my brother, and I was like, I can't try to be someone else because then I would fail. You can't be someone else for that long. There'll be some slips, and I do not want to do that. Because even if I pretend to be someone else, when I'm out of the house, I'll go back to my real self, right? And people would see it. So if anybody would like me, let them like me the way I am. I'm perfectly flawed, and I know that. So the plan was to be myself. The only issue I had basically was I have a straight face. Even when I'm not feeling a certain way, my facial expression might indicate that I'm feeling some type of way. You rarely see a smile on my face. It's like I go from laughter to the straight face back, and I was conscious of it because people close to me have told me that they always misunderstand that part of me. So I told myself, going into the house, I'm going to be as friendly as possible, and I'm going to smile more. But when I got into the house, like, it was just something else. I think at first I was like that, maybe the first 2 days or 3 days. I'm not even sure if I was like that. But I know that along the line, I didn't even remember to smile, like consciously smile. I smiled when it was genuine, and when I wasn't smiling, it didn't mean I was not really in a good place. It's just my face was just back to its normal place. The house is pretty intense. It is emotionally challenging. You have to be mentally prepared for it. And no matter how prepared you are, when you get in, there'll still be it will supersede your expectations basically because you've never been in the house before. It was hard. I never realized how difficult it was to start up a conversation with a stranger until I got into the house. I didn't think it was going. You have to be intentional about it. You know, I could just be sitting somewhere and someone is seated beside me and I say something, oh, is that yours? And then, you know, we just spark a conversation from there. I'm not talking about the house now, I'm just talking about general. But in the house, you have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional about it. And it's not easy to find things to talk about with someone you don't even know. Like, I don't know what we have in common. Like, I'm asking also, do you like movies? You say no. Do you like music? You say no. It's like, okay, how can I ask you that you like to keep this conversation going? Like, it's just, it's very, the first few days, I could not really engage with people because I had that issue. So I was just observing. I was like, you know what? Let me observe, let me get to know people, let me see what they are doing. That way, I'll probably identify people that I have something in common with. So that first week, I was just in one corner. After the first week, it was Nelson, Serdi, and Diane. I would like to continue to relate with everybody that was in the house. That's actually my plan. I'm going to extend, I won't really say friendship, but, you know, communications with them, keep in contact with them. I can't say friendship because we are going back to our different things. And in some sort of way, some people might still see each other as competition. We're all out in the market. I'm just trying to be, you know, plain sincere about it. But I really do want to relate with everybody. I think we all brought something to the table. We need the HH challenge. I felt great. The first time I had to, what's the word? I had to be deliberate with my actions because I am female and I think I would use the word I am the youngest. I don't want to use words because I am still the youngest. So and I think at that point in time everybody knew, and I didn't want a situation of, oh, why would you tell me to do this? She's the youngest. So I had to be deliberate about everything I did. I had to put on a firm hand. And being confident is not really a hard thing for me. I strive to be confident. People mistake it for something else. But, you know, it's just me being myself. And so that was it for me. I'm not going to say that I did excellently, but I think I did good. We won our wager that week. Coming out of the house, yeah, I do feel that I could have done better, but the way I acted, honestly, that is who I am. I know that it might have, or it did come off as me being mean to him, but that was not the intention. I was just being myself, and I really do hope that, you know, when he comes out, he explains things differently. And if that was the case with him too, then I really am sorry that it turned out to be that way. The situation between me and Frodd. Frodd was the first person in the house that I had a conversation with. I mean, a serious conversation. We just kept on talking about stuff, like, for a long time. It was the first week, I remember. And he was my big brother the first week. That just came to me now. So, you know, it was like we started talking, maybe a look out for me, I'll look out for you thing. An unspoken look out for me, I'll look out for you thing. And then he expressed his feelings. I won't use feelings is too strong. At that stage, it was the first week, so he said he liked me, basically. And for me, why am I doing this? For me, I'm very, very I like my space, and it takes a while for me to open up to people or to let people in. 3 months is the total duration of the Big Brother Naija show. It can take a year for me to open up to somebody. So it's like you're shortening the duration for me, and you're bringing a year into 1 week. In 1 week, I'm supposed to move from this stage to this stage, and that's not me. But at the same time, I understood where Frodd was coming from. He had shared some past experiences, and I wanted to be very careful, but it didn't come off that way in the beginning. Later on, we started to relate well, and his persistence, it paid off because we became closer. Especially because I spent more time with him. And when you spend time with somebody, consciously or unconsciously, you just get to know them and you just connect with them in some sort of way. So that's what happened. I think Frodd is a good person. I think he has a kind heart. And I think that if he picks you to be his friend, he's one of the few people that when he says you're his friend, then you are his friend, regardless of what people are saying about you, except you do something to him. Like if people are saying all sorts of things about you that you're doing that he's not seeing, you'd say you're his friend, so you're his friend, and they can say what it is they want to say. But I think the cutting point for him is if you do something to him that shows that you are truly not his friend, but Frodd is a friend. I'm cool with Frodd, but right now I am trying to get myself. I am trying to change the narrative. I came out and I've heard all sorts of things about me. I'm trying to clear my name up. Right now I'm putting myself first, my image first. With Frodd, when he's out of the house, we'll see what happens. I can't predict the events of the future. But regardless of whatever it is that will happen, I want to be cool with him. No, I didn't. Because they were close that week. The first week she came in, I think that was when they became close. And myself and Venita, we were in the same group for a particular task that week, and I was indifferent about it. It wasn't up until towards the end of the following week that myself and Frodd began to talk. So if I did see her as a threat, I'm a Nigerian babe. From the first day, you'll have seen me removing fire from my head. It wasn't even that at all. I was indifferent about it. And I remember when I and Frodd began to talk again, I told him clearly that I don't want drama, because it felt like she was acting some kind of way towards me after myself and Frodd began to talk again. And I told him I don't want drama. And I expected him to understand that me saying I don't want drama means if you are facing her now, I'm cool with it. Please face her. I'm not trying to get into any mix with anybody. And honestly, I wasn't. Like I'm taking EK.
Any particular reason why?
But it stole my coins. First things first, I paid my tithes. Spoilt my parents, bought stuffs for them, invest and start a business. I plan to start a business, basically something related to the fashion industry. And the money would have set things up like fast. Yes. At the same time, I also had an idea that I wanted to start an NGO. So yes, but it wasn't like, oh, that's what I wanted to use the money for. It's just something I've always wanted to do. And I told myself, if I ever have the money, I would do it. But I don't. But yeah, basically that's it. Get myself a nice car. A 9. Ten. I'm looking forward to exploring the entertainment industry. I love acting. I'm passionate about it. And as Nigerian people have tagged me, I'm the meme queen, which means that my face has extremely good expressions. So I believe that I can do it. And when I put my hands to do something, or I set my hands to do something, I go all in. As in, I put my all in. I die there. So I really want to explore the entertainment industry. I want to go into acting, and I'm totally looking forward to the possibilities that could come. Not just acting, anything that comes, I'm down for it. Ready to get my hands dirty to work. Hey guys, it's your girl Esther, and I just want to make a quick shout out to you guys. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. I want to thank you for keeping me in the house so far. Your girl is out now. There's a lot to watch out for. Things are in place. They are cooking up. And you know, it's just going to be me and you on this journey. We're going to experience everything together. I love you all. Thank you so much. Hi guys, it's your girl Esther. Keep watching Vibe.NG.